In this video, we'll be going over every real estate investment strategy and ranking them from my favorite to least favorite and why, along with the advantages and disadvantages of each method. Hey guys, I'm Brandy Lydon, host and founder of Mom You're Not Alone. I'm also a local realtor and investor here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I am also an inspirational speaker and a one-on-one coach, so if you are interested in any of that, DM me for more details. All right, so number one is going to be real estate investment trust. So real estate investment trusts are companies that own commercial real estate. So think about like hotels, offices, and retail malls. You can invest in shares of these companies on a stock exchange. So by investing in REITs, you're investing in the real estate these companies own without as many risks associated with owning the real estate directly. So if you think about, there's a strip center mall or, Hyatt in general or some specific hotel, you're just investing, a company that has stocks in these and you're not actually owning the real estate directly. So number two is going to be residential real estate. This is something us as realtors focus on a lot. This is just the buying and selling of personal property, right? So houses, condos, duplexes. It doesn't really get into commercial real estate until you get over, like a quad or an apartment building or something like that. Number three is going to be commercial real estate. This is going to be things like a strip center. This is going to be a warehouse. This is going to be, a downtown building where you've got, suites available to lease, purchase, things like that. Number four is raw land. This one is, there is not a lot of raw land in Tennessee, Knoxville, surrounding areas like that. So raw land is very precious around here. If you drive out west, if you've ever traveled the country, and you get into these bigger states, raw land's everywhere. But obviously it's not as important or sought after as, a city that's growing. So raw land is really important, but it's just the buying and selling of actual land itself. Number five is going to be short-term rentals. So short-term rentals can vary in what that actually is, but when you're talking about like VRBO, Airbnb, things that are, overnight or a week or 2 weeks or something like that, it doesn't get into midterm rental until you're talking about, like a 3-month stay somewhere or a 6-month stay. Okay, number six is going to be flipping houses, and I've done lots of videos on this and flipped a lot of houses myself. So that is going to be buying a house for a cheaper price, putting let's say however much money into it to rehab it, and then selling it at a higher price for a profit. Hopefully a profit. Doesn't always happen. And then number seven is going to be wholesaling. So a lot of people wholesale where they find a deal on a house and they add their $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 fee, and then they turn around and sell it for a profit. So someone else, maybe a flipper or an investor, is still getting a good deal, but you're making your fee basically on finding the deal essentially. And number eight is going to be long-term rentals. So long-term rentals are a great option if you do not want the headache of short-term rental, cleaning fee, turnover, all of that type of thing, and having them completely furnished. So long-term rentals can be, 12 months or more, where somebody moves, you purchase a home, somebody moves into it, and you have a lease of maybe 12 months. Okay, number nine is industrial real estate. So similar to, what we talked about commercial, it's a type of commercial, but you're talking about, massive warehouses, industrial type of spaces where it might be a factory or something like this. And these could be for sale or lease. So number 10, real estate crowdfunding. This allows investors to finance real estate projects, and with the hope that they are going to be profiting either from capital appreciation or some type of passive income. And so with this type of real estate, you have investors that need to have a good amount of money. So, let's say $250,000 or more, cash flow to use and provide to fund these projects. Some of the platforms out there for crowdfunding, they want you to have a net worth of $1 million or more. Not all requires that, but that's kind of the gist on crowdfunding. So this is a great option for investors that just want to be able to use their money to make money. All right, guys, so Out of these 10 things, I think that all arenas of real estate have value. And I think truly, for me to sit here and rate them, I can rate them absolutely for myself. So for me, what I'm focusing on from building my own personal real estate portfolio, I'm focusing on owning commercial real estate and owning long-term rentals. I do a little bit in the short-term rental arena, but my goal for that is truly just something that is going to have huge value, like a short-term rental that is at the lake or a cabin or something like that. So I'm not in the arena to just own a ton of short-term rentals with no vacation spot type of attraction. Why I love long-term rentals is you have a 12-month lease or more. You're not typically furnishing these rentals. You have a lease in place. You have, a guaranteed income for these properties. Unlike the short term, it's a little bit of a risk and you have a vacancy percentage. And then as far as owning commercial real estate, typically you're going to buy the building or buy the strip center or whatever it is. You're going to have a triple net lease. And so a lot of times, the only thing that you're responsible for is major things like roof, HVAC over a certain amount. And you are going to have your tenant sign a 3 to 5 year lease, most likely. And so you're not having a lot of turnover. The value, as long as you're buying in a great area, is going to increase, over time. So for me, that's going to be how I rate these things, but based on my personal portfolio. But I think for you guys as viewers, you've got to deep dive into what is your goal and what are you trying to accomplish for your real estate portfolio, for your net worth. Are you trying to get to this certain amount and how you're going to get there? If you guys ever want to have a one-on-one and sit down and chat, definitely DM or drop a comment below. Thanks for watching so much. And if you got value, please like and subscribe today at Brandy Lydon. Thanks.